GameCube. Really cool console. Doesn't have many regional exclusives though, let alone Japanese ones. And if you've scoured any console's library for even just a little bit, you've probably started going, what are the Japanese exclusives? Because, you know, take the PS1 for example. It's got a treasure trove of these. Games like LSD, Pixie Garden, Rakugaki Showtime, you name it. Cool stuff all over the place. But yet, the GameCube has virtually nothing. Alright, so you've got Homeland from Chunsoft, which is pretty neat, like their other RPG franchises, but with a sharp focus on internet gameplay. And then you've got stuff from Nintendo, like Densetsu no Quiz, which is a quiz game. You've even got my personal favorite, Kururin Squash. And then you've even got gems like
Legend of Golfa.
Nice shot.
And then somewhere in there, Hudson released DreamMIx TV World Fighters, a game heavily influenced by the Super Smash Bros. Series of platform fighters, I'm sure. You know, it's got Hudson characters, Konami characters, and even Takeda ones. Very strange choice. And no matter where you look online, for some reason, everywhere likes to say that a company called Bitstep developed the game, which I don't know, there's not really a whole lot of information on that company, but if you look on Moby Games, it actually says it was developed by Red, which, you know, they're known for classics like Tengai Makyo and Tempo and so on. So I don't know what to believe here, but it's okay, because at the end of the day, this is one of the first examples of a non-Smash Bros. Game to try and sort of recapture what makes that series mostly excellent. And well, it's great if you want to play like a party game, but if you want to play like a true competitive fighter, which is where it gets really good, right? It's complete utter garbage. And hey, you know what? That's okay, because I was thinking, the game might not be truly competitively viable, but hey, there's that one Sailor Moon game that sort of has a scene. And plus, if pro gamers can make a tier list for a fighting game after only playing it for 5 minutes, and that's totally okay, why can't I? So today, I will be doing just that. Alright, so we're gonna start with a tier list. It's pretty nice, right? We got all the fun ranks, it's very cool, everyone loves the ranks, so we're gonna just dive right in. Let's go. Liko-chan is like the melee Zelda of this game, which really doesn't mean too much, so I don't know why I said that. But her moveset is ridiculously shallow, consisting of various spin-based attacks on the B button, so those can change depending on whether or not you've been holding the stick in a direction or you've been tapping it multiple times, and it really doesn't matter because the range is pitiful. So in a 1v1 scenario, which has got to be the case if we're playing this at Evo, right? The move is just practically unusable. Although, she does have one neat trick up her sleeve, and that's her energy spin, which you do with the Y button. This button can be held down for longer periods, and when executed will be even stronger than the normal attack, which is just like a sort of energy absorb, I suck all the coins out of you kind of move. Yeah, so there's 3 different levels for that. And it not only gets stronger, but it also has a wider radius when you charge it up. But that's the thing, if your opponent has a brain, they'll probably get an attack on you before you can even execute the stronger variant. So, you know, because the only version of this attack that's actually good is the charged up version. So yeah, fuck out of here. F tier. Alright, now that we got the bottom tier out of the way, I think we can just go in order from the character select screen. That should just be nice and scientifically approachable. Very easy to do. Now, Power Protein, he is just middle of the road, straight mid-tier. All of his attacks, melee attacks, they're all very decent. Nothing too crazy, nothing too bad. They're all fine. And then he's got a nice fan attack, which is very good to use. You know, if you time it right, you can use that very well. It can be used in the air, and you can charge it. And yeah, he's just all around decent character. I approve. C tier. I kept forgetting about Simon Belmont, and honestly, I should be sent to prison for that because he's actually the best character in the game. He is so ridiculously good. He has an insanely good whip attack. You can use that, you know, with just like vertically. He can use that with a super great range. He even has 2 crosses that he can use. You can throw out one and then you can use another. He can use it as like a shield. He can also use it as you know, an actual projectile that you can throw out horizontally or diagonally. And it's amazing because when you use both of them at the same time, they'll also bounce off of each other. It's great. Like you're basically unstoppable. Simon is top tier character. He's like the Storm of this game. He's just so much better than everyone else. If you play as him, you will destroy. S tier. Now for a little while, I thought Twin B was garbage. I thought he was shit. But you know what? He's actually half decent. He's not great. He's not bad either. You know, he's an alright character. He's got pretty solid aerial drop kick. He's got, you know, nice 3-hit combo, as everyone does. I'm gonna stop saying that from now on because unless it's bad, you can just assume it's good. They're always good. And then he's got a very good rocket punch attack, which I didn't know this for a while, but yeah, it takes a little bit to start up, but you know, it's very useful against your opponents. It has great range and it's very strong. And then he's also got a bell attack, which it's random which color you'll get, but you can get either a yellow, red, green, or blue bell. The yellow one doesn't really do too much, it's just a little bit of damage on your opponent if it connects. The blue one will spawn some hearts in, which is cool, I guess. The red one is great because it spawns a wall that does damage. And then the green one just does a giant attack, like just giant explosion. It will hurt you if you're playing Twin B as well, like you're not safe from that, but it's really solid. I mean, it's definitely not a terrible character, so I'll put him in C tier, you know, he gets my juices flowing. Solid Snake's another decent character, but he's not as decent as the other decent characters, if that makes sense. He's very much meh. So he's got like okay kick attacks that you can use in the air, okay attacks you can use on the ground. What makes him interesting is the ways you can use a special. Like you've got your normal C4, which he just drops on the ground, a la Metal Gear, and then you can detonate it by pushing the special button again. But what's interesting is that when you grab a character, you can actually like put C4 on them by hitting the special button while you're still holding them before you throw them. And that basically gives you a stronger throw, but it's nothing too special, but it's definitely interesting. It's cool that they did that, but yeah, he's D tier. He's okay. He's alright. Moai is definitely, I'm just gonna put him in B tier right now because you can spam his like ring attacks, and you can also charge that up and get like a super giant Moai head or just a stronger ring attack, and they're all okay. And then his range for his melee attacks are also pretty decent too, so I mean, yeah, he's B. He's okay. He's alright. I can't complain. Not anymore, at least. I was for a while. But now I'm not. Now, Takao-kun, aka Tyson Granger, aka Beyblade Boy, aka Tyson Chicken Nuggets. This kid is ridiculous. He's got actually, his 3-hit combo is the best in the entire game. He rolls forward and has a giant hitbox and it does a ridiculous amount of damage. I don't know why it is so much better than all the other characters in the game, but that is literally, it just goes to show you how freaking unbalanced this game is, because you use his attacks and they will work. all of his attacks work. He's got like a little, you know, upper, a rising knee, I guess, kind of uppercut with the knee. He's got like a kick, side kick you can do if you're holding forward and you press B. And then also he's got his Beyblade attack, and you can charge that up and it'll do even more damage. But what's great about it is if you throw it stays on the ground, it stays where it is, and you can throw your opponents into it. So it does an amazing amount of damage. So if you just throw it wherever and just throw your opponent into it, you're doing all right. You're gonna win, most likely, because he's very good. He's also very fast. He's not a slow character either. He runs very quickly. So yeah, Tyson Granger, Beyblade Kid, a very good choice. S tier. Now, Optimus Prime literally breaks meta. He is so ridiculously bad. I cannot believe my eyes whenever I see Optimus Prime on screen, aka Convoy if you're Japanese. Optimus Prime, he has punches, they suck, he's slow, they all suck. He also has 2 special attacks where he turns into a truck. I swear he says bus form every time he uses it. One, he kind of sweeps the truck around, and then the other, he just drives straight forward. Neither of them are very good or strong. They all suck. All of his moves sucks. He sucks. D tier. Ah, yes, Microman. Microman feels like he should be good. He feels like he should be very good with the variety of attacks he's got. He's got like gunshots. He does like energy stuff. He even has a jetpack. It's very interesting. He can even turn into a giant robot. I honestly don't even know what a Microman is, but it's very fascinating and yet simultaneously uninteresting character because he sucks. You'll be very quickly fascinated by how garbage all of his attacks are. Nothing has a particularly good range, I would say. His grabs actually, I think, got a pretty nice range, but a lot of them, the attacks have to be like spot on, and nothing's just very good with them, so D tier. Okie dokie, Asuka is a very good character. All of her attacks are pretty solid except for her normal 3-hit combo, also the standard 1-hit and 2-hit combos. They're not very good, but all of her other attacks, she's got good aerials, she's got very good range on her sword slash move, and then she has fire bombs which you can use. One sticks to the wall when she throws it, very good if you're attacking opponents from a distance, and then her other ones are much more close range. One she can toss low and the other one she can toss high, and they're very good attacks. Definitely would recommend playing Asuka next year at Anime Evo. Megatron is the latest and terrible Transformer characters, of which there are only 2 of them in this game, but Microman's basically a Transformer, so he counts as one too. What makes him suck is the same thing as Optimus Prime. They're basically clones, they feel very similar to each other, except Megatron has a cool gun transformation. He goes and you can shoot bullets at people, and that's very cool, except it's not very good. They're not very fast bullets. They're very strong, but they're very easy to avoid. And yeah. You know, D tier. Now we get to the truly interesting character in this roster, and that's Bomberman. Bomberman I thought was shit for a while because he sounds like Toad. If Toad made you want to destroy him. But he's actually pretty good. Firstly, he's got good aerials. His normal attacks are alright, but yeah, everything works. It's all good gravy. But what makes him extremely useful is his bombs, which I thought you could just only put down up to 3 bombs and they would eventually explode, but no, you can actually punch the bombs, you can grab the bombs, you can do all kinds of funky stuff with the bombs. So they're actually very good attacks, and I think Bomberman is B tier. Now you might be thinking to yourself, how big can D tier get? It's gonna get at least one character bigger because Momotaro sucks the D. Oh man, that was a terrible joke. Holy shit. No, so Momotaro, he's not very good, but he's not Lika. I really don't have anything interesting to say about him because he's not very interesting. He can use a cat that will walk around for a while. You know, like all the other, you know, gotcha attacks. You know, if you time it right, you can get somewhere with that. But otherwise, you know, his bird doesn't really do crap, and his one ranged attack is kind of meh. His aerial though is good if you can, you know, use it at the right angle. But otherwise, it's okay. None of his attacks are really great. They're all just whatever. Master Higgins is okay. He has got a nice, great 5-hit poke combo that he'll just keep poking, and that will do damage. But none of his attacks are. He can scream. He's got some good projectiles like the spear and the. I think he's got some clubs too. Those are all right. Honestly, you know, watch out for the Oki he gets when you know, using his forward quarter Furker circle into. Hugo is a bit of a disappointment as the only character in this game that's actually from a fighting game. He does a super big punch, and then he's also got like a giant uppercut that's very slow but does a lot of damage. None of his attacks are very quick though, and he's all around just like an okay character. I put him at the top of the C tier. He's alright, but not like, you know, not the go-to character if you're trying to really squeeze the meta of this game. Manjimaru is an interesting one. He's got actually 2 different styles of fighting that you can switch back and forth between. He's got a fire style and a lightning style, and you know, all of his attacks are pretty good. They all have great range, and his lightning attacks and the fire attacks, I think if you really know what you're doing, you can definitely squeeze a lot of potential out of him. So he might even be S, but I'm gonna put him in A. Bimbogami is you know, the Japanese poverty of God, which translates to the Japanese god of poverty, if you know what I'm saying. So he's not very fun, but he is good. He's got a dice attack that is like, that does various things that will you know, straight up gimp your enemies. And then his other attacks are okay. He's got a fart attack that, why? He's got a roundhouse attack in the air that actually does way better than any of his other moves. So I think just, you know, stick with that, stick with the regular 3-hit combo, and you'll see some results. He's B tier for sure. I think B for potentially butt. You will feel gross playing this character, so I would just really recommend not playing him, but he is B tier, so. And that's my final tier list for all 17 characters in this beautiful masterpiece of a fighting game. If you have any questions about this, I would suggest not asking them, because this is not a game you would play very seriously, but if you want to try it, be my guest. That would actually be very cool. So yeah, super professional. I'm GTX Master 87 Fighter Pro, and I work for Team Panda. We're all good here, and this is my official tier list. If you have any problems with my tier list, you're a fucking idiot, and you should probably just go to jail immediately. And that's all I have to say. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, that's nice. Bye-bye. That didn't. That was. You didn't grab anything.
That was close enough, right?
You were all the way at the bottom of the screen.